Hey, this is Geraldine, and I wanted to talk to you today about something that I think is extremely important to the success of anyone's either weight loss, weight maintenance, or even weight gain, depending on what your goals are. And that is journaling or food logging. Tracking what you eat, how much you eat, the combinations you eat, maybe even what time you eat. Some people even journal how they feel when they eat certain things. It just makes for a much more successful experience. For me, when I don't track, I tend to assume too much, and I either take in too many calories and sometimes don't even really realize what combinations of food make me feel a certain way. But when I track, I'm able to go back and see the days or the weeks that I felt the best, or the weeks where I had the most success. I can look to my food because nutrition truly is 80% of your results. So you want to really get that in hand. When I run my challenge groups, one of the things I notice when people go off track, and it happens that we're human, we all have those days where we go off track or we have one too many cheat meals. One of the things I find, and I've done myself, is lack of tracking. And you just kind of think, to heck with the day, I'm done, I'm not going to write it down, I just, chalk it up to being a cheat day and move on. Letting it go, knowing you can't change the past, that's fine. But still tracking those times when you eat foods that aren't necessarily the healthiest will still help you keep it in check. And I'm a prime example of this. This past weekend, I've been tracking much better these last week or so. And this past weekend, each day ended up not being perfect, but because I tracked everything, even though I had some foods that weren't 100% clean over the weekend, I was still able to maintain the proper calorie balance, throughout. So I maybe had one cheat meal that pushed me over my calorie allotment for that day, and I didn't worry about that because that was my true cheat meal. But the rest of the weekend, even though it wasn't perfectly clean, I was able to still maintain my calorie balance while still getting in, 80% of the day was clean foods, and I didn't feel guilty. And that's a big part of it too, is that we often kill ourselves with guilt when we make a mistake, and which leads us to binging. So I say this in all honesty because I struggle with this myself, but I've just found that when I track, I am much more successful. So I hope that you're able to implement that if you aren't already to your routine, and I wish you all the best. Until tomorrow.